The following is a presentation of TFNN. Live at TFNN, the Power Trading Hour, with your host, David White. Now, the author of The Path of Least Resistance and the Tech Insider, David White.
And welcome to another beautiful edition of the Power Trading Hour with me, your humble, lovable, and squeezably soft host, David White, here at TFNN.com, the headquarters for technical trading and investing. It is a beautiful day if you're a duck, because it's been raining since about 11 off and on here. But we had a good weekend, only a few showers. But it seems like it's been raining for not 40 days and 40 nights, but probably about 80 afternoons. Hopefully it'll quit raining down here. It's been some beautiful moments interrupted with a few thunder showers, seems like every single day. Anyway, what do we have going on in the markets? Well, we're going to get to the big news in just a second. For the markets, we're at 1704. And that's off about 5.5 points on the S&P cash. We've got 2.1 billion shares. This is options rollover. I would not get too excited. There is a different bit of news that makes me think I was probably ready to come in here and start shorting this market tomorrow afternoon. And I don't think there's much upside, but when you hear this news, you'll be very interested to find out whether or not we're going to do anything other than go sideways for a number of days. So what do we have going on that's the big news of the moment? And that is BlackBerry, a.k.a. RIM. I'm almost ready to do a study of just companies that have changed their name and how well that's worked out for them, because in the long line of companies that have had reverse stock splits, changing in their name has probably been the biggest single indicator that there is a scam going on. In the case of BlackBerry and RIM, we had a lot of people pushing RIM at 15, 16 bucks. Oh, they're going to come back. Oh, the new phone's going to sell great. Oh. Well, we know that that was a bunch of hooey. We even said on the Tech Insider Hour with Tom O'Brien, 2 weeks ago? Yeah, I think it was 2 weeks ago, that RIM was getting back almost every one of the phones that they'd sent back out. Well, of course, Friday, they fessed up to it, $1 billion write-down, and, of course, the stock got hammered so bad that they had to halt it. Now, this morning, hour ago, they have a company that's got about 10% of the shares of the company. They are talking about how, what is that, BR, I might as well put up this, BRRY, is it? BBRY? Yeah, I think it's BBRY. We can see this nice little candle from Friday. This thing blew through with 72 million shares. We've been talking about two things as a teachable moment. One is big funds that have to sell at below $10 and $5, although every day it seems like there's a new fund that is saying any stock below $10 is not one that they will actually carry in their inventory. And it is a sweet. So anyway, we've been hearing the lies that the Kramers and some of the other shills for the street on CNBC actually have been pushing, which is, the patent's got to be worth $5 billion by themselves. Company's got to be worth about $5 billion. So, boy, we've got to be buying this thing. It's going up. Well, after Friday, nobody really had a belief this thing was going up. But BlackBerry had to move quick, because what we have here is an aggregate amount of shares traded below that $10 limit, and we know that these funds were going to do everything that they could to get out of this thing. So a little while ago, they announced this partner that they have owns 10% of the shares, is going to try to take it public. This is far from over. Now, why did they do this? Well, because the stock was going to go to about $5 in a heartbeat. And, it was down in the lower 8 this morning, and it's trading at around $9 now, which is the level of the buyout. That would put them in about $4.7 billion is a valuation for the company. Pretty far from that $5 billion number everybody was running around screaming about that their patents were worth. We have been on TFNN and especially in the Tech Insider Hour, talked many times with Tom about what happens to these patents, and the only way that they're worth anything is if RIM goes belly up, and that is it. So we'll be tracking this, but this is really a good teachable moment. Of course, very high short interest. Everybody knew this thing was going belly up. There's nothing truly new out here for the way this is working, so we will keep an eye on it. Let's see, what do I need to do? I need to take off this chart for just a second and try back on something else, because I'm not exactly sure why this thing is doing what it's doing, but I've got my entire system locked up here for the moment, so I'm probably going to have to do something during the break maybe. Let's see if I can actually just fix it here. See if it goes away. Yeah, it does. So I've got a little bit of a problem with using everything at once here. I have to figure it all out. There we go. And get back to this. And BBRY. And hopefully everything is working again. There it is, the way it's supposed to be. Anyway, when we go back and look at BlackBerry, it is a very teachable moment when a company turns for the worst and there are no viable options for saving it. What will happen on the street is just that it is a deal where a lot of people are going to be stuck in this stock, and they've got so much of it, there's no easy way for them to be out or get out. And they're going to try to talk it sideways as long as they can, and hopefully the retail investor will come and start buying the stock that they continually tell everybody is worth a whole lot of money with, and everybody knows it's not. But it doesn't stop those rumors or lies continually going on. This one was probably just the most egregious, and why I'm spending so much time on it. And my guess is that this deal is not probably worth the paper it's printed on, but a belief that they can at least walk the thing sideways for a little while longer and continue talking up potential buyouts at a higher price. And my guess is that that buyout day will never come. This thing's going to go sideways for a while. The deal will never get financed, and that'll be BlackBerry down at $5 one day. But in the meantime, they'll be able to have shelled out another 100 million shares to the retail rube who gets stuck in this tar baby of a stock. Anyway, I digress. We're going to go on to the rest of it, but this one is just so blatant that it talks about it. Okay. Apple. We want to talk about that this morning. Of course, we've talked about the theory of Apple for a while, so it should not be anything new. I've talked to you about how they always get a room that is at least 25% smaller than they actually need for any conference they have. Always makes it look like, well, we had a lot more people show up. They were talking down the numbers over the last week, and of course, they basically were supposed to sell about 10 million from the early estimates. They talked that down to about 7.5 million, and of course, they sold 9 some odd million, and now everybody's just ecstatic. Oh, Apple, it's so great. We had a blowout quarter. They're making a fine product. It's the propaganda that I can't stand. It's not the product. And that propaganda has been going on forever at Apple. It is, in fact, Guy Kawasaki, you can read all his books, and I recommend you do so you can understand the difference between reality and what was known as the Steve Jobs reality distortion field. Apple is a company that does that. They are very good at spinning the truth, almost as good as some politicians, but all those politicians actually learned it from Apple and Guy Kawasaki. If you've read any of his books, it'll be very interesting. But Guy always reminds me of a friend I had that always ran around. You always thought he had something hidden in his hand behind his back. Guy Kawasaki's always got that kind of funny grin that some people say is, well, we won't say. Anyway, it's going to be an interesting day. We'll have a lot of stocks to look at, but we were talking about why I don't think that we're going to see much of a change between now and a week from now. I think we're going to hang out here, go sideways, and then probably into October, probably see this market break. The reason that I'm actually saying that, let me see if I can find my little deal here. I've got so much in my stuff today out here. I know it's in one of these things. All things D. Freakonomics. There it is. Okay. The reason I'm thinking this is not going to go away easily is that there are 13 IPOs planned this week. We got about 2 minutes left in this segment. I'll do a couple of them, and then we'll finish up the rest before the bottom of the hour. Applied Optoelectronics, AAOI, is a fiber optic networking products provider. Plans to raise $50 million by offering 3.6 million shares at a price range of $13 to $15. So again, these are smaller IPOs, but most of them have been. We were talking about rocket fuel last week, and it came out, of course, doubled in price. But we're getting kind of the last flotsam and jetsam coming in on this IPO bandwagon. Covincent, which is going to be a COVS, provides data sharing platform to auto and healthcare industries. $64 million. Again, these are all fairly small deals. Enzomatic, which develops lipid-based nutritional ingredients in medical foods, plans to raise 75 million shares. ENZY is going to be it. Evoke Pharmaceuticals, EVOK, 27 million, which these things are tiny, which gives you kind of an idea of just a ton of these things coming out, trying to raise and get into the market no matter what the cost. Fate Therapeutics, FATE, 60 million, early clinical stage of biotech developing stem cell treatments for orphan diseases. Foundation Medicine, what is that? FMI, diagnostic cancer, 75 million. All small deals. We got a few more to go through, and when we come back, you can always give me a call, 877-927-6648.
Andy Hecht, the host of the Commodities Hour, recently launched his newsletter service, the Technomental Commodity Report, and only 6 weeks in, Andy has already recorded a triple-digit winner. Andy advised his subscribers to purchase a long-term call option at 46 cents on July 11th, and then sent out a special update Friday, August 16th, advising his subscribers to close that position at $1.40. That's a 204% profit in just 5 weeks. The Technomental Commodity Report by Andy Hecht is released each Thursday morning, and right now you can get a month-long free trial to this subscription while locking in the low introductory rate of only $39 a month. Andy Hecht has been a commodities trader for over 3 decades. Let his experience work for you. Sign up for your month-long free trial to the Technomental Commodity Report today at TFNN.com.
with the launch of Tiger TV. TFNN has brought our programming to the next level. With Tiger TV, you can gain access to each host's charts and computer screens as they host their daily stock program. Whether it's Tom O'Brien, Steve Rhodes, Basil Chapman, David White, Larry Pezzamento, Andy Hecht, Victor Jones, or Daryl Martin, you can catch all of our technicians hosting their programs live and archived on Tiger TV for your viewing pleasure 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. If you haven't checked out Tiger TV, then visit TFNN.com and see what you're missing.
You take a hands-on approach to managing your investment strategy. You're always looking for the next trading opportunity to magnify your perspective. Direction Shares connects sophisticated traders with a powerful array of ETFs from a wide range of asset classes. The markets may go up and down, and you want tools for both sides of the trade. Discover how we can help at DirectionShares.com today. An investor should consider the investment objectives, risks, charges, and expenses of the Direction Shares carefully before investing. The prospectus and summary prospectus contain this and other information about Direction Shares. To obtain a prospectus or summary prospectus, please contact Direction Shares at 800-851-0511. The prospectus or summary prospectus should be read carefully before investing. An investment in the funds is subject to risk, including the possible loss of principal. The funds are designed to be utilized only by sophisticated investors such as traders and active investors employing dynamic strategies. Investors in the fund should understand the consequences of seeking daily investment results, understand the risk of shorting, and intend to actively monitor and manage their investments. Distributor, Foresight Fund Services, LLC. Wouldn't it be great if you could get a red light, green light indicator that gives you signals on 25 different futures contracts? Now you can with Taz Signal Box. This red light, green light market profile system dynamically updates 24 hours a day and provides you with important trend and trade signals on 9 different commodities, 9 different indices, and 8 different currencies. Right now, you can receive a 2-week free trial to Taz Signal Box. For all the details and to find out how the Signal Box works, visit the front page of TFNN.com. McEwen Mining is a high-growth, mid-tier producer in the Americas with a market capitalization of $1 billion. Experienced mining executive Rob McEwen, as chairman, CEO, and president, owns 25% of the outstanding shares of McEwen Mining and has put in place an ambitious business plan with the goal of qualifying for inclusion in the S&P 500 by 2015. With $70 million in cash and liquid assets as of the end of 2012 and completely debt-free, McEwen Mining is poised for growth. Production in 2013 is forecasted to grow at 24%, reaching 130,000 gold equivalent ounces. And over the next 3 years, McEwen Mining projects that their production will increase to 290,000 gold equivalent ounces, almost a 3-fold increase from last year's totals. If you'd like to find out more about McEwen Mining, click on their banner on the front page of TFNN.com or check them out on the NYSE or TSX under the symbol MUX.
Dave takes your phone calls now. Toll free at 1-877-927-6648. Internationally at 727-445-1044.
And we're coming back. We're going to look at a few more of these wonderful stocks going public this week. Let's see. Okay. It's Ortho Tech, OPHT, eye diseases. We're going to raise one of the bigger ones that's going to be out this week, raising 100 million shares. OPHT is going to be the symbol on this one. Pattern Energy Group, PEGI. Now, this one's actually a real IPO. They're raising real money. Owns and operates 8 wind-powered projects in the United States and Chile. Don't think I'd be investing in it, but if you like wind power, you think it's going to be the thing of the future, you probably want to look at this one. It's PEGI. It's the only one in the stock that's in this sector of total wind energy that's not got their fingers in a lot of other pies. And, of course, they're raising some real money, so it's going to be interesting. Premier, PINC is going to be the symbol for it, is a healthcare alliance offering supply chain and performance services. This one is another big one, 690 million shares, at least big in comparison to all the other tiny 50 and 100 million ones. and even bigger than Pattern Energy out there. 690 is a real, what I think, a real IPO, and it's going to price somewhere between 23 and 26 bucks, 690 million shares. But supply chain and performance services, so it's in that sweet spot and nice sector that everybody loves right now. Ring Central, RNG, which provides cloud-based phone systems to small businesses, plans to raise $90 million. It's going to be RNG out here. Tecogen, TGEN, which sells and services commercial natural gas-powered cogeneration systems, i.e. these things are smaller power plants, but run by natural gas. Kind of interesting. Only 20 million, so it's going to be very, very thin. TGEN. Last one coming out this week is going to be Violin Memory. Manufactures enterprise flash-based storage arrays, plans to raise $162 million. Hard for me to think this day. That's a pretty crowded field already. We've seen some other stocks not do so well in there. I'm wondering if they'll actually even make it to the IPO. Some of these things, probably a handful of them, are probably going to be withdrawn, but it is going to be a big week for IPOs, which makes me think that at least the people in the stock market think that this is going to hold up for a while longer. Let's see what else is out here. Now, if you haven't been paying attention to the general news, probably the most important revelation over the weekend was the German elections. Everybody, in fact, if you read the news, there was a 50-50 chance that Merkel was going to lose. And everybody was sure, gnashing their teeth. It was just going to be horrible the way that she lost. And, of course, she's going to lose a lot of seats in her parliament or house, Senate, Congress, whatever they call it over there. Actually, it was a sweep. It was a blowout. And very interestingly enough, she has become even more conservative and picked up a lot more votes, which is normally something you don't hear about in Europe. But she's getting a lot of credit from the German people for the way that she handled it. And not only that, they've had a kind of equivalent nanny state with a lot of the politicians on the opposite side of the aisle from her, pushing things like we're hearing here in the United States. They wanted to tell people what to eat, what to drink, how much beer they could drink, how much pop, and we're not the only fat country in the world. You see a few German people that pack on some pounds with the Der Wiener Schnitzel, but pretty amazing, the total blowout opposed to what the press was reporting for months ad nauseum that she was probably going to lose. I started seeing that about midsummer. And I think that's going to be we probably already seen the initial reaction in the currency markets. But I think that's going to continue to put a little bit of strength out here into that market for a while. Now, the dollar index, not much move so far. It's just up 3 cents today on the dollar index. But kind of interesting. Got to watch how politics is moving around the world. You can give me a call, 877-927-6648.
With the stock market flirting with all-time highs and volatility back, now is the perfect time for a 2-week free trial to Market Insights. On Monday, June 24th, Tom O'Brien closed out all 5 open positions in his daily newsletter, Market Insights, with all trades being profitable and ranging from a 2.23% gain all the way to more than an 11% gain in just one position for an incredible 32.7% profit combined between the 5 trades. Let Tom O'Brien's years of market experience work for you. If you'd like to see for yourself what kind of trading newsletter Tom O'Brien delivers to his clients each morning, then now is a perfect time to sign up for a 2-week free trial to his daily newsletter, Market Insights. In a volatile market like we currently have, the potential for fast market moves like we've seen recently is a trader's dream. So don't wait any longer. Sign up for your 2-week free trial to Market Insights today at the front page of TFNN.com.
No matter where you listen to TFNN programming, we want you to know you can always access your favorite shows on demand through TFNN.com. TFNN airs live programming every market day from 9 a.m. till 6 p.m. Eastern, and you can view each program by accessing Tiger TV through our homepage. We even have an easy link for all mobile devices, including iPhones and iPads, located at the top right-hand corner of the TFNN homepage. You can use your smartphone to view Tiger TV, but if you don't have a mobile connection that can keep up with streaming live video, then you can simply visit TFNN.mobi in the browser of your smartphone for live streaming audio of all of our programs. The mission of TFNN is to educate our audience directly and interactively through our interactive website and radio call and talk shows. TFNN is able to teach all levels of investors the technical skills needed to trade in today's marketplace. In order to get the best information possible, TFNN has assembled the most respected financial minds in the country to provide the most current news and comprehensive advice available. TFNN.com. Educating investors.
Daryl Martin coined the phrase diagnostic trading, and we're happy to announce that his diagnostic box spread analyzer has finally been released. The Diagnostic Box Spread Analyzer helps you easily identify the best box spreads on Nadex in seconds, plus you receive access to the diagnostic deviation levels, as well as step-by-step training videos teaching you how to trade Nadex spreads so you can quickly master the mechanics of this simple yet powerful trading instrument. By pulling live data from the Nadex exchange, the Diagnostic Box Spread Analyzer does all the math for you, calculating risk, reward potential, distance to break even for both outright spreads and spreads used to hedge the underlying market. Visit the front page of TFNN.com today to get your 2-week free trial to Daryl Martin's Diagnostic Box Spread Analyzer and gain access to the valuable information it can provide when trading the Nadex box spreads. Has the current market volatility continued to stop you out of trades when the market spikes against you? Now is the perfect time to open up an account with Nadex. Nadex, the North American Derivatives Exchange, is a brand new, completely regulated Chicago-based exchange, and unlike most other exchanges, Nadex allows you to trade directly through them with direct market access when using their completely free trading platform, which also features real-time charts and full customization capability. One of the advantages of trading with Nadex in volatile markets is that your risk is always capped and you have the ability of keeping your trades open even when the market spikes against you. Nadex is completely brand new with a line of unique trading products that are unavailable anywhere else. See how it works at nadex.com. That's Nadex.com. Or click on the Nadex banner on the front page of TFNN.com. Futures and options trading involves risk and may not be appropriate for all investors.
This segment is brought to you by Harmony Gold. For more information, just click the Harmony Gold banner on the front page of TFNN.com.
And as we come back, you can give me a call at 877-927-6648. That's 877-927-6648. I think you have 1 day left if you want to get on Steve Rhodes' webinar that is, what is this, Saturday? I think that's the date. But I think you have to sign up by tomorrow. 2 days left. Well, I should have just told them 1 day because they're going to sit there and prognosticate? I'll have to think about it. Well, anyway. Someone's typing something at me here. Just have on a second. Procrastinate. Yeah, that is true. Procrastinate. Putting things off. Trying to remember, there's a great joke in there. I'm trying to remember what it was. There's the 2 things I hate. I'll think about it during the next break. Anyway, we're looking at the market out here. Not a whole lot of movement since we really talked last. We're at 1702.75, so we're off 7 points. Things been bouncing around. I suspect we're probably going to get a couple point bounce into the end of the day, maybe close around 1705. 2.3 billion shares as we speak. So volume has slowed down, but we'll watch the rest of the day out here. But there's more than enough going on out here. I suspect we can have a little bit of movement. But I'm looking for a little bounce out of tomorrow, and then maybe for this thing to go sideways into possibly into Thursday, and maybe we get a chance there, but most likely I suspect we got maybe into Tuesday next week where they just hold this thing up, stick out these stinky IPOs with the exception of probably a couple, and then we're going to look at the rest of them. See, what was it? I remember the joke now. It is two things that I hate. It's apathy and stupidity. And I just don't know if I care anymore. I always like that one. Can we buy some gold? Well, I don't think it's anytime soon. I haven't bought gold and was looking at it down at 1,200. Didn't like it there the first time, but I thought we were going to bounce. Got a little bit bigger bounce than I thought we would, but we need one more test down there at that $1,200 level. I would love for everybody to scream and cry and gnash their teeth and jump off tall buildings with a single bound. I think it's supposed to be jumping over a single bound with a building with a single bound, but I think they just with a single bound jump off the buildings. And of course, people just, especially when you've been hanging on to gold for 2 years, it's tough for people to ever sell gold. But there's nothing so high as to you can't buy it higher and have it go higher. So nothing so low that you wouldn't sell it that it would go lower. So anyway, I'm not thinking of gold anytime soon. There was a kind of I'm going to call it a pseudo announcement. Microsoft is rolling out their new tablets today. Those tablets are basically Surface 2 Pro, and there isn't a great deal to probably say about them. They're using the new Haswell processors from Intel. Battery life's about 75%. Probably the neatest thing that was unexpected are specialty keyboards for all kinds of operations. They had one for a musician. They had some other ones that the keyboards were actually mated to the tablets in a way that were very interesting. And of course, they're starting to sell this as even a micro laptop, which is not too far from the truth. You can get now up to 500, I think it's 512 gigabytes of memory on their non-volatile RAM drives. And of course, it runs everything Windows can, and you can get up to 8 gigabytes on them for additional memory for the processor. So they are, in all likelihood, probably the smallest full Windows device you can buy. I liked them. I still like that. I think that the only thing that really bothered me is the screen resolution still isn't up where it needs to be. It'd probably be the only thing keeping me from buying one of the new Surface Pros. Maybe the next iteration will have a super high-res 1920 by 1080 monitor, and I think that would probably be almost the perfect tablet/laptop. Regular keyboard with a built-in mouse pad. I run every kind of Windows program there is, and I don't know. Windows 8 looked pretty good. I played with it for a while yesterday on one of the tablets at Best Buy. Pretty cool. See what else is in my bag of stuff here before we get into charts. And let me see. There was something in here I wanted to talk about, but I'm trying to remember exactly where it was. Gizmodo, there it is. Steam, no big deal. Economics, calculated risk. Not a whole lot else going on in the news. Maybe we can bypass. I'm trying to think of there was one last thing, yes. And that's what I wanted to get to. Jim Rogers is out speaking. I don't spend a lot of attention to him, but he's basically positing that he's come back from India, and where we already knew India had a horrible problem with their currency, he thinks that there is going to be a huge problem in India. He also thinks that China is doing well and is going to get better. See, China having he's saying the wolf is now at the door in India. I wonder what that's supposed to mean. Where GDP growth is at a 10-year low. So, maybe they'll all start dancing around like they do at the end of all those horrible movies that they have out. I have no idea why everybody has to dance at the end of the movie. If you've ever watched any of those Indian movies, Slumdog Millionaire, probably a pretty good movie, but actually a very good movie. But even in that movie, they had to dance at the end. I'm not exactly sure what it is. I think one day they'll look back and know that this was a dark time in their theater. Trying to see what else we got here. Okay. Well, I'm going to look through some other stocks fairly quickly and see what we have going on out here. I've never heard of this company before, but it is, you learn something new every day. It's a ABBV, ABBV. And they're a pharmaceutical company engages in discovery, development, manufacture, and sale of pharmaceutical products worldwide, range of adult and pediatric pharmaceuticals, including Humira, which sounds like something I should know all the way. Something for autoimmune diseases. Interesting. Oh, that's where I've heard of it from. They sell the gel that you put under your arm because you don't think you're a man anymore. The low T, androgel. Yeah, now I remember. Anyway, Bevy, I'm sure lots of guys get sucked into this deal. It's always got to be, my testosterone isn't high enough. Probably if you get off that sofa and start exercising out there, maybe you'll see a little bit more. This thing did hit the previous high here with some volume. It's kind of pulling back into the trading zone. Depending on which high you're looking at. The April 23rd came in at 9.3 million shares at 46.32. You went through it again with 5 million shares on May 22nd. This thing popped right back into the trading zone, but you came awful close, 7.3 million shares on the 18th of this month. And what do you have? Anything in there? Yeah, you had about 10.5 million shares on Friday, right at that same level. So this is going to be interesting to watch out there. I suspect they'll be able to sell a lot of that. Okay, what else do we have out here? ACCO. No, ACMX. This is interesting. I'm going to call this ACXIOM Corporation. And let's read what these guys do out here. Operates as an enterprise data analytics software as a service company in the United States, Europe, South America, and Asia Pacific. These guys look like they may have topped out here. Certainly a whole lot less volume. The July 11th high, $26.46, 1.1 million shares. So we spiked through this a few days ago on the 18th with 357,000 shares. So 1.1 to 356,000. No way, Jose. Smell you later. Big volume on Friday to the downside. Not much follow through out here, but a lot of congestion from that July 11th high. Been going sideways here for a while. ADP, another one that's kind of been barking at the highs out here. This one actually had enough volume, but not that much more, only about a little less than 10% than the last major high, but it come right back into the trading range again today, July 22nd, 73.83. This thing got into it on the 19th with 3.1 million shares, went above that previous high, is closed below it, and looks fairly interesting. So we'll be looking at it. What else do we have going on here? will be going on out here. And the webinar is Friday. Okay. Coin shop. Oh. Let's see what else we have going on here. ADTRAN, ADTN. This one's been kind of limping around up here to the top. Maybe we can find something better out here. Alchemedes, Amgen. Amgen's kind of interesting, but it had a little bit of volume out here. Let's take a look at a few other ones. Here's one, Amazon. We were talking a little bit about this on Friday. This had gone into its previous high on lighter volume. The 313.62 high that we saw on July 16th, 8.8 million shares, is kind of interesting. But, of course, we got into that, went above it, $7 even on Thursday, and or actually on Friday out here. This thing is rolling over. 320.57, and then it's come back down the other side. Kind of interesting. So we will we'll see this to 8.8, to 5.3. Anyway, back into the trading zone today as we speak. American Online. I don't see much in that, and that, and that. See a few of these out here that are really doing anything today. Bonanza Creek, Bright Cove. Oh, Bright Cove. Let's take a look at that. Bright Cove, which is a, I'll do the whole thing here, but this is one that went up against its previous high, very light volume on a couple of days ago. Bright Cove provides cloud-based solutions for publishing and distributing professional digital media. And we've got basically $11.48 on July 26, 2.4 million shares. We got into that. A little doji. This is about as perfect as it gets. You make a doji on, 1/8 of the volume on Thursday last week. This thing is right back into the trading range out here. Kind of Bright Cove. Let's see if anything else. You can always give me a call, 877-927-6648. That's 877-927-6648. What else do we have out here? VB. Doesn't look much like in BB. Ballot Power, no. Broadridge Financial, Bree Properties. Borg Warner. See if anything else out here really shakes. Bally's Technology. This is kind of interesting out here. This thing did break 3 days ago its previous high, $75.61, 1.3 million shares, $76.30, the high on Thursday out here. But, of course, less than, what is that, a third? 30% of the volume. This thing has come right back into the trading zone. That's going to be very interesting. Let's take a little look at this thing. Let's change that to traditional moving average. Yeah, giving a big sell signal on the dying day here. And it will be interesting to see how that works. But we are certainly under that 9-day here if this thing closes out. We'll be back in just a couple of minutes. You have plenty of time to call 877-927-6648, 877-927-6648.
Patterns, profits, and peace of mind.
Are you looking for a precision edge in the market? Something that can stack the odds in your favor? Then look into Larry Pesavento's trading newsletter.
Patterns, profits, and peace of mind.
In each weekly issue, Larry explains what's going to happen in the markets based on the pattern he sees developing and gives you actionable trade ideas based on those patterns. Plus, you'll get his detailed analysis on a variety of markets and sectors, including stocks, treasury bonds, the gold market, oil, the dollar, the forex market, and more. You'll get access to all the patterns Larry is seeing in the markets, plus the Astro Harmonics and powerful Bradley stock market model that Larry utilizes for less than $5 a day. An extremely potent combination that will give you the edge you've been looking for. Try Patterns, Profits, and Peace of Mind absolutely free for 2 full weeks. That's an $85 value. Yours free when you register right now.
Get Larry's Patterns, Profits, and Peace of Mind.
And get the edge you've been looking for.
On Wednesday, August 14th and Thursday, August 15th, Tom O'Brien advised his Gold Report subscribers to close out 6 of their 9 open positions, all winning trades ranging from a 10.6% profit to an incredible 48% profit in just one equity. And all 6 of those winning trades had been initiated no earlier than just the previous month. With the 600th weekly Gold Report issue fast approaching, Tom O'Brien brings an incredible wealth of knowledge and experience to the gold market and the equities within the industry. That's almost 12 years since this powerful newsletter first began, and right now you can get a 30-day free trial to the Gold Report by visiting TFNN.com. Make sure you're a subscriber, as this volatile gold market provides trading opportunities after declining all the way from $1,900 to under $1,200 an ounce in only 2 years. Get your 30-day free trial to the Gold Report today by visiting TFNN.com. David White's newsletter, The Technology Insider, is focused like a laser on finding the next big things in technology. If you had invested only $10,000 in Microsoft in 1986, you'd have been a millionaire by 2000. Disruptive technology like Microsoft's is the key to these massive long-term profits, and the Tech Insider is the vehicle from TFNN to capitalize on these opportunities. This is the go-to newsletter that identifies, monitors, and profits on mostly little-known cutting-edge companies with great long-term prospects. David's experience is as an inventor of Emmy-winning animation products for TV and Hollywood that propelled a company public. Match that with 14 years as a full-time trader, and he's uniquely qualified to guide you through the light-speed world of ever-evolving high-tech. If you're ready to ride the next big technology bull market for less than $40 per month, log on to TFNN.com and get your 2-week free trial to the Technology Insider. Get in on the ground floor of the next big thing today.
Questions are the answer. You want a better life? Ask a better question. My driving force in life is, how can I become the intelligence behind financial freedom? It's why I take massive action. It's why I've invested over 10,000 hours and thousands of dollars to create the answer, the ultimate money machine. Hi, I'm Steve Rhodes, and on Friday, September 27th, I'll be hosting a 1-day online master trader course, The Ultimate Money Machine, where I'll teach you the exact same trading strategies that I use every day when trading the markets and advising my newsletter subscribers. Learn how to precisely identify the market's next move, when to pull the trigger by letting the market commit to you before you commit to it, and how to manage your trade to maximize your results, just as we did in the month of August, when I advised my newsletter subscribers of 11 new trades, resulting in 1 loss and a combined profit of 129%. Our next move? It's days away. The cost of this course, $595, less than $2.50 per trading session over the next year. If you're looking for the answer, it's the Ultimate Money Machine. All the details on the front page of TFNN.com.
This segment is brought to you by TFNN. Test drive all the newsletters for free at TFNN.com.
And we are back. We've got Lonnie in Fort Worth, Texas. How are you doing today, Lonnie?
I'm doing just fine, David.
What would you like to talk about today?
Well, I just walked in and just flipped on your program about 4 or 5 minutes ago for the break, and you were using, is it a scan you're using on all of the charts that you're going through and checking all the stocks a minute ago? Or is that
this is one of the ones that I've written myself.
Is it?
Yeah, it actually has a, what I'm looking for here is the stocks that have either tested previous highs or lows on considerably lighter volume. So this one, if you watched, I went through probably 10 of them where there wasn't anything there. But for the most part, these are just going to be highs and lows that are what you want to be watching for the potential for a turn. So even on this one, like I'm showing Cameron right now and a possible ABC on it, what this was probably picking up was the very little, let me turn this off here for a second, that was a very light volume test of the August 1st high to this September 20th high.
Right.
So, this is one of the, I kind of go through, if you ever get, have you ever had a trial of my newsletter?
I have not, no.
Okay. Well, you might get one for
I'm in, around where I can pick up the program.
Yeah, if you can always get a trial, but normally these are a lot of the charts that I put in my newsletter each morning, which is all these stocks that are testing highs and lows on previous fairly light volume. So it's just that, but there's a ton of these in here, and a lot of these stocks, I have about probably 10 proprietary scans. Some of them are what I call Lazarus trades, stocks that have been going sideways for 7 to 15 days, and some that have been going sideways for 12 to 18 months. So a lot of these things back in here, a lot of people would just look at them and go, well, what are you looking at that one for? Well, I'm looking at stocks that are building cause, and I'm looking at stocks that maybe are coming up to earnings and just going sideways, but a lot of times you're either finding when stocks go sideways both just distribution and accumulation, right? When they're just going sideways because there's a bid either on the top of them or below them. Yeah. So the list I have here, I actually have my own proprietary scans that I go through, and I go through them pretty much every morning and put those in my newsletter each morning.
I'm just curious if that was one of your stock scans that was inside the program or if it was something you built. So.
No, it was something I built. I thought about how I'd put back in here, but most people probably don't want to go through, probably 80 or 100 stocks because these things are probably going to have a hit rate of about 25%. So most people give up way too early, but it's part of my discipline. I go through them every evening or the first thing in the morning.
Might be something you want to put in the program, so I'll use it.
Okay. Well, we did the same thing, which is we've got the Gartleys in there, but I go through the Gartleys every night before they're actually put up. So there's probably three or four more Gartleys you never see because they're ugly or something else happens. And the same thing with this. It takes me probably an hour and a half to go through them. So the chances of you getting them probably before anything early in the morning would be tough. I could give a raw list. We're almost out of time here. I want to thank you for the call.
Okay.
And you bet. And we'll have a great day. Maybe we'll talk about this more tomorrow. Anyway, see you live. Thanks.
Recently, Basil Chapman has had some outstanding trades in his newsletter, The Opening Call. Each morning by 9 a.m., Basil uploads his newsletter to the TFNN servers so that his subscribers can access his expert trading advice. Basil gives his take on the direction of key indices and updates any active trades that his subscribers are currently in. Just recently, Basil subscribers closed out a short position in Chipotle Mexican Grill, CMG, for more than an $86 profit per share, over a 20% gain in just one position. If you'd like to try out Basil Chapman's newsletter, The Opening Call, then visit the front page at TFNN.com and click Trading Newsletters. There you'll find Basil's newsletter, The Opening Call, where you can request a free sample copy. Also, don't miss Basil's program, The Tiger Technicians Hour, Monday through Friday, 11 a.m. Eastern, on TFNN.